Guys, thank you so much for like subscribing to my YouTube channel, for engaging with me, for liking my content, for sharing. Thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. By the way, like, don't mind my nails today. They are a little beat because doing nails is so expensive here. Like, everything is so expensive in Tokyo. But that's for another video, like the cost of living in Tokyo. That'll be for another video if you guys want to. But before we get on with it, I wanted to say please like, subscribe, share, click the notification bell so that when I do upload, you guys don't miss any of my content. Okay, so if I look down today, it's because I have my PC here because I'm looking at my notes. Today, my video is specifically about the JED program. Guys, oh my gosh, I'm so getting quite a few DM questions about the JED program and people needing some help and just advice and just like clarification. And today's video is just for that, right? Application process, the interview process, and if you made it, I really hope you guys make it. Like when you come to Japan or when you come to Tokyo, like, you know, the whole process. So I will try and make it very concise for 1 year, right? So if you join the JED program and you are successful, you are only just going to be there for 1 year. So you will be there just to see if you like it, just to see if you like being abroad, just to see if you like living by yourself, living alone, living in a totally different culture. And if you don't like it, you can always come back home. Basically, you are a foreign language teacher, right? So you will either be an assistant teacher or you will actually teach whole classes by yourself to Japanese students who either know some bit of English or know no English at all. So you'll either teach junior high school or high school students or even like elementary school kids. But for me personally, I teach high school students. Apply to the JED program, you need a bachelor's degree first of all in any field, right? So you need to have graduated from university already. And whether you need the TEFL or the TESOL certificate, it also doesn't really matter. Like when you're applying for the JED program specifically, it doesn't really help you or hinder you in any case. However, if you are applying for other companies and not the JED program, then maybe you should get yourself a TEFL or a TESOL certificate, right? But for the purposes of the JED program, you don't really need it. The second thing that I get asked a lot, guys, is the application process. So like in the application, like the paper application, please do everything they ask you to do. Like you need to follow the instructions very carefully. I know they are very pedantic, they are very like attention to detail, so you have to like write everything. If they say write in capital letters, do it. If they say write in like blue ink or black ink, do it. Use a blue ink pen, use a black ink pen, like just do what they tell you to do, right? So you need to submit, I mean, three copies, right? So like one copy is in color and then the other two are in black and white. So one is in color, the other two are in black and white. Please don't email your application, guys. Do not email your application. You have to hand deliver at the South African embassy in Pretoria in Groenkloof, or you can post it. If you do post it with the post bank, with the post office, please make sure that you get it delivered a day or two before the submission deadline. If you do hand deliver it, I remember I hand delivered because I took the car train from Johannesburg Park Station to Centurion, then I took an Uber to the actual place. Like, it's a trip and a half, but it's worth it. All right, so when you get to the office, you have to put all your papers in one envelope. So I put them in one big envelope. Inside the envelope were the 3 different documents, 1 in color and 2 in black and white, right? You go to the office and then you say, hi, I'm looking for the JED program. I'm here for the JED program application. They will show you a box where you put it in. Oh, staple paper. So don't staple your papers. No, you have to use those clips. They say the 19mm clips. It's the smallest ones, like the smallest clips ever. You can get them anywhere. The thing that should be included inside the application is, so your health check means that your x-ray and like everything that you have to do you actually have to get like a doctor's signature. So you need a health check, please do that. The x-ray, please do that as well. Police clearance certificate. So that the police clearance certificate, I think, is around 150 rand. I know that this thing takes time, so I think that the JET program application process, they give you time to send through your police clearance after. So but just make sure that you apply for it before you have to send in everything, right? So the thing that people ask me is choices in prefectures, right? So they give on the JET program application, they ask you to choose 3 places that you'd want to live, right? And people always are like, they never give you what you ask for. Come on, let's not scare you here. You get within your top 3. So I know a friend of mine asked for Fukuoka prefecture. So she wanted a really like quiet place, like zen place, like countryside, inaka, kind of the bundus. If that's what you want, then you can. By the way, one thing is that if you want like a city area, I feel like the most safest thing you can do is like provide all 3 in the city areas. If you want like a countryside, provide all 3 of your choices, like make them countryside. So like even the city girl, you know, like you're like a city girl like myself. My choices were Tokyo, Osaka, and I think Okinawa. For some reason, I don't know, I can't live in a place where I can't see other foreigners. Like I would go crazy. And so that's why I chose Tokyo. 80% chance that you will get one of your top 3. 80% chance you will get one of the top 3. Some people do sometimes like not get, they like placed on some island, but it rarely happens. It's just like one of those few cases, right? But like I said, if you are a city girl, make sure that your top 3, all of the 3 are city places. If you are a country person, you know, zen, like the bundus, make sure that all 3 of them are kind of. Second thing that I want to do is that you've submitted your papers. Now it's the waiting game, right? So after you submit your papers, you have to wait, and the waiting game can take, it's so long. It takes maybe about like 3 months to wait. So you submit your paperwork October, that's when you submit. Then October, November, December. So I got my email around December. They were telling me that I made it to the 2nd round. Guys, the duration is probably like 3 months. You have to wait. Just prepare for 3 months, right? This is only for the 2nd round, right? So around December, they'll probably send you an email telling you that you have made it to the interview. The interview will commence in January, like the middle of January. I remember my interview was on the 23rd of January. Very, very long. So please just make sure that you have patience in your system. If you are an impatient person, drink some patience juice. The interview, basically the interview, I think. So when you come into the interview, bring your A game, all right? Bring that same person who applied on the paper. You know, your mission of statement, the statement mission that you had to write. So they basically just want to see if that correlates to the actual human being. So the same person you were putting yourself on paper, bring that in human form. All right, so what you do is obviously you dress professionally, right? So I would just stick to your white shirt, like white proper professional shirt, and maybe a black skirt or black. Be well presented as well. So do your hair properly, or maybe cut your hair. Just be well presented. Treat it as the questions that they'll probably ask you are why you want to go to Japan, what you know about Japan, so what you already know, because you must have prior knowledge, right? You must have prior knowledge to Japan. And also, how adaptable are you? Your ability to adapt, because you are moving from South Africa, which is a character on its own, to a completely different culture, completely different way of living, completely different language, and and also completely different climate in terms of weather. Right, so like because actually right now it's the beginning of winter, autumn, and back home it's like summer, you know. So whether you are able to adapt, because some people really just can't take it. Like some people after a year they're like, deuces, I've had enough. But they just want in the interview they just want to see how adaptable you are. So provide examples of when you are able to adapt. You need to illustrate, just like paint a very good picture of yourself when you're able to adapt the most, because that will tell the interviewers that, oh, okay, all right, so she will be able to kind of face any difficult situations and not just run off. Because remember, they are investing in you. They will sponsor your flight, and also if you don't have a visa, they will make your visa for you. So they're sponsoring your visa, sponsoring your flight. So they your panel of interviews was 3 people. Yeah, Ryan, another guy, and another Japanese embassy representative, right? He probably won't ask you anything, but if he does, just be prepared. They won't ask you anything in Japanese. You don't have to. Also, the thing is, you don't have to know any Japanese. Like, you don't have to, but it'll be very, very helpful if you do know some Japanese. Conversational Japanese, like, hi, my name is, can I please have, I am from, you know, konnichiwa, watashi wa Precious desu, 南アフリカから来ました、はじめまして、よろしくお願いします. Those types of things. So just be able to know some phrases, right? So just be proactive in that sense. Please be proactive in learning some form of JP. In your interview, especially for the JET program, because you're going to be working with kids, right? So especially in this kind of setting, they just want to see how human you are. They just want to see if you can relate to people on a human level, right? And they just want to see if you're not like uptight, you're not scary, you're not like... So they will ask you what part of South African culture you will bring to Japanese culture, right? Because part of the JET program is this whole like merging or cultural exchange, right? So they are going to ask you what you are going to bring that is very South African to your Japanese workplace. So I said I would bring like rooibos tea, biltong, because that's like quintessentially South African. I will ask you how you will actually do your job. So what this means is that, first of all, when you are teaching ESL, basically use very simple English, speak very slowly, like also animate my face, right? And also use your hands, like use hand gestures, because I think that's an easy way of like grasping a language. By the way, guys, during my interview, you know, because English is not my first language, like Kimotswana, I speak Tswana, I'm from Rustenburg. During my interview, we were speaking English for a long time, and my English bundles just ran out. I was like, oh my gosh. So like they asked me a question, and then my English just like switched off. I couldn't speak English. And so I just started using my hand. I just started doing this. So next, after the interview, this is like January. Guys, they will probably answer you in April. Like that's how long it takes. So January, February, March, April, like 3 to 4 months. There will be a 3 to 4 months gap. So please find something to do within that period of waiting, because it'll be a long time. Like the anxiety might get to you. But if you can feel that your interview went really, really well, then you probably will get it. COVID has changed a lot of things. It may also change the dates, right? So it may also change like the duration. Maybe it's not 3 months, it might be maybe 2 months or maybe 4 months. I'm not really sure, but I'm just giving you like a rough outline of how my process went. All right, question that are living conditions, right? So when you get to Japan, you will have to find your own apartment. You will have to find your own like furniture and stuff, unless you want to live in a share house. So a share house is like basically like you share an apartment with other people. So you have your own bedroom, and then you share like a kitchen, and you share a bathroom with maybe 3 or 4 or 5 other people. So if you go through the route of getting a share house, then you will not have to buy furniture because it's furnished already, right? However, if you decide to live alone, so I live alone, if you decide to live alone in your own apartment, you will need to find your apartment. You will need to view the apartments as well, so you need to do that, and then like sign the contracts, and you will also need to furnish it yourself. So you need to go like furniture hunting and buy a fridge, microwave, washing machine, bed, table, all of those things on your own, but they will help you. JED program will connect you with real estate agents. So they will connect you with people who will help you find where to live. So it's yourself, but they will give you people to help you, right? So they will connect you with some real estate agents who will ask you like what you need, what are your requirements, can we help you, do you need us to help, and so things like that. So just be rest assured that they will give you some sort of help. All right, guys, in terms of budget, right? So once you are accepted to the JED program, you will need to bring some money with you that'll last you until your first payday here in Japan. So I basically brought around 20,000 rands. So 20,000 rands, I think, is around 150,000 yen, right? Might need to survive. Surviving means by getting around, buying food, buying groceries, getting around transportation, the train fares, and also first month deposit into your apartment or your share house, like first month's rent. So you need to be able to have that money when you come to Japan. They'll only give you like money after like a first month of working. So that's when they'll give you. So please, after you are accepted, please maybe budget maybe around 20,000 rands or maybe 25,000 rands. I would say that 20k is about the minimum you can bring. Okay, then most of your questions. If I didn't, please comment down below and I will surely answer some questions, and also maybe do a part 2, so like living cost, how it is actually to live here, you know, what I like and what I don't like, and I will do that in the next video definitely. But thank you so much, guys. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, click the notification bell, comment down below if you enjoyed it, if you have any questions, if you need some clarity. Get in touch with me on my Instagram as well. Thank you so much. I think that's it. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.